Gamers! There's a lot of improvements that can be made to our entire area, and in fact, I have a giant list of things I've been steadily adding to for the past few weeks, along with some of your guys' ideas too. So it's finally time to get to upgrading everything in my hardcore world. Oh, and dude, I am absolutely frothing with this first idea and upgrade. And you know, when I've got my favorite blocks in my hotbar, that something good is gonna be built, okay? I don't want to see any shit, you know, in the comments about me using these blocks, so shut the hell up, okay? But yeah, as you can see, we've got a wide spread of... What the hell is that doing in there? Get out of my... That's disgusting, brother. We've got a wide spread of blocks here. And yeah, basically, this first upgrade we're gonna be making is right here, and it's gonna be a dock. Dude, you guys know I love my docks, so we're gonna spare no expense at making this one awesome as hell. And basically, the idea for this is that, you know, it's going to be an easy way to transport between our fishing village, not that we really go there very much, and, you know, our mainland. Obviously, it's mainly just for aesthetic purposes, but still, it's going to be a really nice place to launch our boats from. So let's clear out a bit of grass here because I have an interesting idea for a dock here, actually. So I want to start the platform of it actually on the land first. So we're going to have it partially over in the water here. But yeah, literally, I'm supposed to be having a break from recording for this whole week, but I'm just way too frothed out to freaking build this stuff, man. I'm so keen to build it. So I've had, you know, I've had 2 days break, and it's time to get stuck straight back into it, man. Okay, so I'm thinking actually an edging of spruce slabs here is going to look pretty nice, and then I want to make the main floor area oak slabs instead. And I kind of want that to be like the pathway as well that we'll be following. So let's start it right here, and I'm thinking this is actually going to be a little bit too small for what I want to do. So give me a second. I'm going to make this larger and fill out all of the floor. Okay, and here is our dock so far. So I raised everything up an additional block, and I also made it, you know, a little bit longer, and that actually allows us to add in a building right here. And yeah, so that's our little frame there for our trading stall, I guess. I don't really know what it's gonna be, but just before we get to that, I actually want to add the details into our dock here, with the first being some kind of just designs to, you know, add a bit of a railing between these pillars here. So this is pretty much my, you know, my favorite design here for any kind of dock, is just having these fence gates and fences. And then I reckon on top of all of these, we can have some stone slabs like so. And maybe actually what we could do is have in the middle ones here, have some lanterns. I think that's gonna work perfectly. So yeah, we have our staircase up here. We got our little path that goes over. We're gonna have our building. And then over here, I wanna have a staircase that'll go down to like a big sprawling dock, dude. It's gonna look awesome. So let's get a bit of a staircase coming down. So yeah, something like that. I just love having like the staircase and the elevation change here. It also allows us to fill in some awesome details in here that I have planned. Well, actually, I didn't have them planned. I just came up with the idea for them, but we'll get to that shortly. Don't worry. So yeah, at this part here, what I want to do is kind of just have these big like forks that'll come out and be places where you can park your boat up, you know? So yeah, just something like that. And maybe we can actually extend these out one more block. On the ends, we can put some fences on with some lights to kind of act like a, you know, a little spot to see where you're going in the dark, I guess, so you don't crash into it. And yeah, that is looking pretty cool. Actually, I think it might look better having these just being spruce, not oak. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. And also on this little platform here, you could maybe like fish off or something if you wanted. But yeah, that's looking pretty nice so far. Obviously lacking detail, but we'll get to that. Don't worry. The next thing I want to move on to here is our little house building. So I'm going to crack out the old scaffolding. Where the bloody hell is it? Don't tell me I've lost my scaffolding. Oh my god, give me a second. Gamers, I just came to the bamboo farm to create some more scaffolding, and I've just noticed there's a couple of blokes in my sugarcane farm. What the fuck is going on there, dude? I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I don't know where my scaffolding's gone. I've completely lost it, which I'm kind of sad about, but I'm just gonna quickly make some more, and I'll meet you guys back over at the bloody docks, mate. Okay, gamers, we're back with some new scaffolding. It's time to start building this house. So we'll go with something like this. We will definitely be adding in my signature roof design here because it's going to look amazing on this kind of build. Then as for a detail in between here, we could either just add some fences and fence gates, or we could do something like this, like a little bit of an arch design. And I think that actually looks a lot nicer for maybe like a trading front of a, you know, a thing here. You know what I'm trying to say? Then as for our side walls, we could maybe on this side, maybe just have like a big open window. So I'm just going to quickly get all that built, and I'll probably meet you guys in here for adding in some details. All right, so for our interior here, what I think is going to look pretty freaking sweet is having a bunch of shelves, and I want to put some boats on those. Let's try and place our boat right there. Yes. And then we're going to place our next one right there. Yes. nice. It's working. And yeah, that's just a super nice little simple, you know, detailed interior here. And now, of course, out the front here, we do need to just add a bunch of little details. We'll put the barrel here so it doesn't connect up to this fence. And then we can actually put the chest there as well so that doesn't connect up to, which, you know, just a handy little tip if you like these kind of details like me. Maybe out here we could just get another... Oh my god, I'm trying to place a boat, man. Stop it. We could just get another little random boat there. I think that looks pretty nice. And so that leads us down to this area down here, and with a little detail I want to add under here, which is going to look just super nice, dude. So what I first want to do is actually replace these slabs here with some stairs. Then I want to add like a little back area with some stripped logs here like this. And then I just want to add like a little shelf in here. Oh, actually, that just gave me an idea. What we could do is actually place some details at the back here like this. And then we could place our boat on the front. We might be able to just kind of nudge it in a little. And yeah, that looks super nice. I love that little detail under there. That is so cool, man. And now for the final little couple of touches, let's add some boats parked up in here. We can actually take our boat away that we have over here. As you can see, this was our previous dock. Yeah, not pretty cool. All right, so yeah, that's our first dock done. And yes, we're actually going to be building another dock for over on this side. Even though we do now have our metro station that takes us to and fro our city nice and quick, I do want to have a dock over here. You know, I'm probably never going to use it, but I think it's just going to look super nice. So I'm going to build this one as a time lapse. I'm going to do probably just a similar layout to this one. I might change it up a little bit, but yeah, let's get straight into it right now. Okay, and there it is. There is our second dock all added in. This one actually ended up being a little bit smaller, but I kind of like the layout a little better as well. So we got this like smaller little trading stall over here with a bunch of little details inside. We got some stuff on the outside over here, and then we have our staircase down to our dock. And so that leads us on to the next upgrade for our area. And that actually involves removing this hideous structure right here that I used to hold villagers from like freaking 30 episodes ago for these goddamn little iron farms. So let me just remove this real quick, and then we can actually get started on the next upgrade. Okay, there we go. Hideous structure removed, and now it is time to get started with this next upgrade, which is going to be a fence design around basically the entire island here. And so I'm wanting to go with something relatively simple because, you know, it's going to take me forever as it is, and I just want something that's going to keep the mobs out and just look aesthetically pleasing at the same time. So yeah, we do need to come up with an idea, and I do have a general kind of idea in my mind, which is something like this, and then I want to add a fence in the middle and fence gates on the sides, and then what I reckon could look nice as well is just extending those up a little bit more with some slabs, and then on top of the fence in the middle, a lantern, of course. And yeah, honestly, that is looking pretty nice. I'm actually really happy with that design. Super simple. It's going to be easy and quick to build around this entire island. And yeah, honestly, it's just basically time to get started with the giant time lapse right now, mate. All right, and there it is. There's all of the walls added into our area, and yeah, I'm loving the way this turned out. I decided to end the walls right here and also just past the wood farm over there. You might be able to just see the corner of it. As yeah, I don't really know what extra projects I'm gonna do. Obviously something here most likely, but yeah, I don't want the walls to get in the way, and I'll kind of just extend them as I go, you know? But yeah, I'm very happy with the way that turned out. And so that actually leads us on to the next idea, which is actually a viewer suggested idea that I've kind of upgraded, I guess. So they suggested to add a lighthouse overseeing the ocean or something. And I decided to actually just maybe do some watchtowers instead and just kind of add them in some strategic locations, like maybe right here, maybe over yonder. I honestly have no idea where. That's actually a really good spot right there. But yeah, I basically just want to design and add in a bunch of little watchtowers around this entire island to keep our area safe. So let's destroy my giant scaffolding pillar here and head over to the first spot over there and get started designing. Okay, here we are down at the spot, and I'm actually thinking now I want to make this watchtower a little bit larger compared to the other ones, just because this is such a nice spot for it. I don't know, I just kind of want to make something a little bigger here. So I'm thinking just a big old stone tower, and I need to kind of try and figure out a shape and size. So I just need to kind of figure out if something like this is going to look weird or not. So just let me kind of build up a little bit of a foundation here. Okay, honestly, I think this is actually going to work. I kind of like having these exterior pillars here, although I don't know if I want to try something different. I don't know if I should should try maybe just, instead of having pillars, just kind of add the texture throughout the entire build, if that makes any sense. So instead of having defined pillars of stone bricks and then an inset area of stone, let's just see how something like that will look. Just a completely textured tower. I reckon that's actually going to look kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is just extend this shape, you know, up to a decent height, and I'll probably just meet you guys back here when that's all done. Okay, so there's the final kind of like main body of the tower done. The next thing I want to do, well, I've actually just added a door in real quick here, but over on these two sides, I want to add some windows, and I think just something super simple like this, having some fences in the middle like that is going to look really good. It always does for towers. It's just a super simple, easy way to, you know, make any kind of tower. And then, yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that because I think I'm probably going to want to add some details under here. I don't really know yet, but I have a general idea in my head. So I'm just going to quickly get these windows added in, and I'll meet you guys at the top when we're figuring out something up there. All right, so as for up at the top here, I definitely want to add in like a little arch here just to make this tower a little bit more, I don't know, just detailed. I just like having that rounded edge there. It just looks super nice. So I'm going to quickly add this into every, you know, section. Give me a second. Okay, so that's what we're working with so far. And now we need to actually just figure out a top portion. Now, either we can go out an additional block or we can stay in line with our pillars that we have here. And honestly, I don't know what is going to look better. Let's try having them stick out a block and just see how that looks, I guess. Okay, I actually just decided to go with the blocky design. I haven't stood back and had a look at it yet, so we're going to experience this together. Oh, actually, that is pretty good. I actually really like the way that turned out. I just decided to put some stairs in there to add that little gap. I just thought that would look nice, and it actually looks really cool. I'm very happy with how that turned out. That's... dude, that's good. I don't know. What the hell? I think what we could benefit from here as well is adding some lanterns in these little, what's-it-call-it, arch sections. And that'll kind of brighten up the, you know, the underneath little area and add a little bit of accent, a little bit of detail. Yeah, dude, I think that looks awesome. I'm going to quickly get that added in. Then I'm going to slap a ladder on the inside here, just, you know, along this flat plane. And then that's basically our tower done. So yeah, I'm going to get that quickly done, and I'll meet you guys at the next spot for our next tower design, which is going to be a slightly smaller version. All right, next spot, we're just over here by the second new dock and our metro entrance over here, and I think this little corner spot is going to be a very nice spot for our next little design here. So this one, I'm thinking I definitely want to be just a 3x3 kind of blocky shape like this, and honestly, I think this one is going to benefit from actually having designated pillars being the stone bricks, and Jesus Christ, this is going to be small, man. I didn't actually really think it was going to be this small, but it really is, man. Dude, I'm literally still texturing it as I'm saying that I'm not going to texture it. What am I doing, man? Yeah, this is going to be the basic shape here. Obviously, we're also going to be putting some windows in. I'll probably make this the flat wall. I'll add some windows on these sides. I'm going to extend this up a little bit higher. I don't really know how high, probably just a couple more blocks. And then we'll repeat the same kind of design as over there, just on a smaller scale. So yeah, just give me a second. I'll get that done right bloody now, mate. All right, and there is our second small tower design all done. Honestly, it is very small. I kind of want it to be a bit bigger, but honestly, I can't get it any bigger because then it's just going to be that size, you know? And I think that size is just going to look ridiculous everywhere. I think having smaller towers is definitely going to look nice. So yeah, that's our first one done. Obviously, we will link up a pathway to that and our other one, but we're going to get to that a little bit later because I have something special I'm going to do too. So let's just go ahead and find another spot to build our next watchtower. And I think this like kind of blank space, maybe like right here, is going to look nice. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. All right, so yeah, I'm going to get that built. I might find another spot just down there somewhere to build our third small variant, and I'll get those two builds done as a very quick time lapse starting right now. Okay, and yeah, there we go. There's all of our little watchtowers done. We got a cute little one over there, another one over there somewhere, and then another third little small one over yonder, and our big one over here. Honestly, that one's got to be my favorite. Oh, it just looks awesome, dude. So simple, yet just nice and elegant. I don't know. But yeah, so now it's time to move on to the next idea, which is another viewer suggestion, is a little bit of storage, they say. And basically, I'm just going to interpret that as making basically just an entire storage house. And I found this spot here, which is nice and open. It's going to be the perfect spot to build it. So I think what I might actually do is extend this grass out a little bit instead of taking away, just because I think it's going to look a little nicer having it elevated a little bit. Yeah, let's actually first figure out the dimensions for this storage house. I don't really want or need anything too, like, you know, massive. So I think I'm going to leave a 3 wide gap there just so we can connect our pathway up along like so. And then I reckon we'll do maybe a 2 block and then a 1 block and then another 2 block. It's actually going to be pretty big, man. It's like that. So that's going to be our entrance, and then we'll walk in, have our chests on the left and right side. I think that is going to be a pretty good size, actually. So yeah, I'm going to continue extending this like foundation of grass and stuff out. Actually, let's mark out where or how long we want this to be. I think we'll go 1 more, I reckon, just so we have a lot of room for expansions, you know? But yeah, so that's going to be the size. I'm going to fill in this entire foundation. I'll probably just extend the pillars up as well and connect all of the framework up, and I'll meet you guys back up at, you know, designing the walls probably, or the roof. I don't know, one of them. All right, I decided not to bore you guys with coming up with a roof design, but here is the final design that I ended up with. I think it turned out pretty nice. And so now it's time to get started on the walls, and I'm thinking on the sides here, well, we're going to be having our entrance right here, and then I want these sides to actually be something kind of unique, I guess. And that is, we're going to have some trap doors in here, and while this does look like a pretty nice wall design, it's actually going to allow us to open these up and access the chests from outside the building, which is going to be a pretty nice little feature, on top of being, you know, a pretty nice looking wall design too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for the side walls. For the front, we do have a bit of a problem. We've got an even number here to work with. We've only got a 2 gap instead of a 1 or a 3, which is not my strong point, I must say. So, yeah, basically we've got to figure out what the hell we can do with this and I'm thinking just a bit of a cop-out, I know. We could just do like kind of a window, I reckon, just something like that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, eh? What if we replace the window with some stripped logs? Yeah, nah, that just looks whack as hell. See, this is why I hate even numbers. It's just so difficult for me to work with. I don't know why, man. What if we could just do literally just a solid wall and just texture it? Yeah, honestly, I think that's gonna look the nicest and just be the easiest as well. Yeah, that looks pretty good, honestly. I'm happy with that. We might do the same with this little top section too, I reckon. And then as for our door, of course, we'll just get an upside down stair, and then we'll chuck our door on right there. So yeah, there we go. That's the front wall design. That's the side wall design. Obviously, we do need to add some little details in here. I will probably just go with some fence gates along here, and then right above the door, we can have a fence with a lantern, and up there, we'll chuck a fence gate on. Another detail we could definitely go with is maybe some stone stairs under those. That actually looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. I don't think I want to add some up there because it's just going to jumble up the roof there, but honestly, that looks pretty, I don't know. Yeah, that looks kind of interesting to me. So I'm just going to add that around underneath all of our little sticking out pillars. And yeah, so that's basically all of the wall designs. What I'm going to do now is just basically just fill up the rest of the walls here and complete all of the exterior. And I'll meet you guys on the inside for the interior. Okay, here we are at the inside. I've just gone ahead and replaced all of the ground here with some stone and a little strip of stone bricks here for the main kind of pathway. And so the next thing to do is basically just fill up this entire thing with a whole bunch of double chests. I've just realized I've made not nearly enough. I'm gonna have to chop down a lot more goddamn wood. But yeah, basically we're just gonna, yeah, completely fill this up with chests. I mean, like I literally just said. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. How high do I want to go with it? Yeah, I think we're going to have to add another row. Oh my god, dude, this is ridiculous. Okay, but actually before we just go and get more chests, I want to actually add something in here, which is kind of inspired by one of my storage house tutorial videos that I made a long time ago now. So I kind of want to just, you know, take some inspiration from that, from myself. And something cool that I did in that was add these like big pillars across, and then I had like kind of these arches like this. And then right in the middle, we can add in our lantern. We'll just add it on that side too. And then right in the middle as well, we also will place in a goddamn crafting table. Just a nice little spot to, you know, grab stuff and then quickly craft stuff as well. We'll put one on this side too, of course. And yeah, literally that is it. It's a pretty simple storage area, but very efficient. All I'm going to do now is just grab more wood, fill up the rest of the chests, and that's going to be basically it. So let me do that and I'll meet you guys back here. All right, and there we go. There is all of our chests added in. This is going to be a perfect place to store all of our just random blocks and stuff that we don't want to... Oh my god, okay. I don't know why there's an angry man out there. But yeah, like I was saying, we're just gonna fill that up with like dirt and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just one guy. Okay, I'm out of here. See you later. Okay, and on to the next idea, which is right here. Basically, yeah, my dripstone farm is just this giant ugly block and mess of crap, and it's right in the middle of like, you know, the pathway and stuff. It's time to get rid of it, basically. So I'm gonna take this entire thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot there's water up there. That's gonna ruin everything. So yeah, basically I'm gonna remove this entire thing and basically just figure out some other place to put it. So give me a second, I'll get all this removed right bloody now. I just had to do it for the sake of it, okay? This is gonna be satisfying as hell. Oh, look at it go, mate. Yes. Okay, that was a tremendous waste of time. Let's get back to removing the rest of this thing. Okay, there's that monstrosity completely removed, and I just thought a nice spot would be maybe right here. We could make like just a tiny little mound of stone as our entrance down, and just kind of, you know, decorate this with some stairs and some slabs and see how it turns out. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Just a cute little like entrance thing. I'm gonna basically just dig out this and probably just make like a big old rectangular shape under there. I'm gonna fill it up with the rest of our dripstone and water and stuff, and basically I'll meet you guys when that's all done, because it's gonna look, you know, boring and bland, and it's gonna be boring to watch. So yeah, all right, and there we go. There's our completed little thingamajig. I also added these cute little decorations around just because I thought it'd be a nice little touch, you know. And heading down, here it is. We just have a simple ass freaking dripstone farm. I'm probably never gonna come down here again, because I don't think I'm gonna need dripstone anytime soon, but at least we have it here for, you know, just in case. Okay, let's take a look at the next suggested idea here from you guys. So we have stop swearing. You know what? How about you go and f yourself, you little dog. Okay, how about you take that? The next idea is, it's from the same guy. Stop making thumbnail the final result ruins video. What do you want me to make it, hey? Just a blank frickin' field or what? Like, what do you want it to be, man? Okay, I'm gonna take a break from looking at your guys' ideas because it's making me kind of upset. But we're gonna do my idea next, which basically involves this pathway here. Right now, it just consists, obviously, of, you know, it's just dirt. It's just a dirt path. It's boring as hell. So what I'm gonna do is go through every single pathway here and replace it with some textured stone bricks, and probably andesite. I don't really know. I haven't thought about that yet. But yeah, this is probably gonna take the longest out of everything that I've done so far. So yeah, this is not gonna be fun. I'm just gonna say it lightly. There might be some areas where I leave it dirt path, like maybe throughout this tree field, and also through here, through this like little campsite, just because I feel like the dirt path would look nicer. But throughout this area and you know, down there too, we'll replace everything. So let's get started. Okay, and there we go. There is our pathway completely upgraded. That took forever and was quite a pain in the ass, actually, but I'm glad we got it done. It's looking so much better than it did before. I love it, dude. And so that actually leads on to our next idea, which is another viewer suggestion. And basically they said, can you do a really big garden with custom trees, beehives, flowers, and a lake with fishes? Now, I think that is a very cool idea, and we actually have this massive open empty spot right here, which I think would be the perfect spot to do it. We've also already got like a little mini lake in here too that we can kind of just shape up a little nicer. I need to get some dirt for that, actually. So just give me a second, and yeah, I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, I'm back with a bit of dirt, and what I want to do is actually just shape up this existing lake to make it look a little more natural, even though I'm pretty sure this is completely natural. It just looks a little strange, and I think I might want to actually extend it as well. We could make it into like a U shape that kind of follows the formation of this like piece of land. So let's actually cut back a little bit from it and make this into more of like a U shape. I reckon that'll be a really nice feature. All right, so yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Now I'm just going to excavate a bunch more land here, and I'll yeah, make this into a U shape, and I'll fill it all up with water. So yeah, I'll meet you guys you know, when this is done. Okay, and there's our pretty cool looking U-shaped pond. And the next thing I actually want to do is add in our first little custom tree design, which I think is going to go, you know, right here. Pretty perfect spot. I actually want to make this into something like that, so that we can actually just put it right in the middle here. So yeah, as you can see, I've went and just scoured the freaking nearby flower forest for a whole bunch of flowers. We're going to be using probably all of them, and also went and grabbed some leaves and some oak logs too. So yeah, let's start our first little custom tree. I want this to be kind of big, and I want it to be like kind of a weeping willow tree. And to get that look, what we're going to do is have these branches that'll kind of arch upwards a little bit, and then just kind of go out, and I'll probably make this one actually go diagonally down like that. And yeah, so that's the basic idea there. We're just making these kind of curved branches. And then what we're going to do next is just employ my, you know, my patent pending custom tree technique, which is basically just covering every single exposed face of this log with leaves here. We'll do the same for this one too. And it's just a super simple, nice and easy way to make any kind of custom tree. And the only thing we're going to change is we're just going to have these leaves at the very end here just droop down super low. And that's how we get get that weeping willow tree look, which I absolutely love for around lakes and rivers and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously, we need to add more branches on this side, which I will get to. But another thing we can do as well is maybe just remove one of these leaves and we can put a lantern on there too to just brighten up the area and look super cool. So yeah, I'm going to add in the rest of the branches here and we'll see how it looks at the end. All right, so there's our weeping willow tree so far. And yeah, right now it is looking very top heavy. We've got a lot of stuff at the top and a very thin little stalk to kind of support this tree. So what we can do to fix that is just add a couple of little logs like this and then just some random like oak stairs around it as well, just to kind of thicken up the base of this trunk. Because yeah, it's very, very thin and dainty looking for the size of the tree that we have here. Yeah, that's an awesome custom weeping willow tree. I'm really happy with that, except we did actually miss a block right there. There we go. That's better. The next details I definitely want to add in is going to be some more grass around this and also some azaleas. I've got a bunch of flowering and regular azaleas that I just kind of want to sprinkle around this like little lake thing. And now we're going to crack out the old flowers. We have a lot of them. And so yeah, I'm basically just going to start sprinkling in a whole bunch of these everywhere. All right, and there we go. There's our final custom garden. I just sprinkled in a bunch more flowers. I also went ahead and added our little pathway over here just to connect up over to this side. I added some stones in the pond as well, and I put some lanterns on top of some of the azaleas around the place as well, just to keep the area nice and bright. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Just like a nice little garden area. Definitely adds a lot more lushness to the area. And that actually leads on to the next idea, which I think is going to look really nice, and that's basically just filling up all of these like random gaps everywhere with like maybe crop farms and flower fields and stuff. I think it's going to be a nice way to just fill in the rest of all of the gaps around here, like this little spot. Actually, we'll probably add a pathway in there that'll lead over that way, I reckon. But yeah, all around here and back around that way, I'm just going to sprinkle in a bunch of little flower gardens. So let's get to it. Okay, gamers, and that just about does it for our brand new fully upgraded area. Dude, all of these extra little flower fields and stuff look so nice and lush. I love this so much, dude. Just this whole area is looking amazing now, dude. Yes. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna put this entire area up for download, basically, on my Patreon. So if you want to, you know, explore this area for yourself, be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.